Hey everyone, video I haven't done for a long time, camera video, and I'm shooting with the Logitech C922 web camera. So I'm showing you all the cameras I have, so I can't really use one of my better ones for this video, so going webcam style, hopefully it works out. I'll just talk to you a little bit around what I have, what I've used them for, what I like and don't like, different use cases, that kind of stuff. So if you're a long-term viewer, you've seen a lot of my knife videos, you'll be aware that you might be aware that I use this Canon uh, 5D3. It is probably the most expensive camera, especially with the lenses on the table here. Long-term user of this, I got it when it came out. It's great for photos as well. Video at the time was very good. It's starting to get eclipsed by competing products now. The video is only 1080p. A lot of people are shooting in 4K. It only does 1080p at 30 frames a second or 24. We've kind of moved pretty well past that nowadays with 60 frames or 120 frames or higher, and then 4K, like I said. The quality of the photos and even the video is very good. It's mainly because the sensor, the full frame, and of course the variety of lenses. I have the 24 to 105 lens attached, which is probably one of them that I've used the absolute most. The reason is it's just a good wide range. It's good for landscape, portraits. It's a little of everything. It's probably a little of everything, not perfect at any one thing. It has some wear to it. Got some filters. It needs to be cleaned out all again. I always get sand everywhere. Canon does have a new 5D4, and I think a lot of people like it. There's a lot of reviews, but it's real expensive for incremental features, in my opinion. They did go to 4K, but they seem to be just inching along. Like the codec, the file format is not efficient in the new version. It's just like incremental updates rather than revolutionary updates. It's still a very big camera, but I'm not certain you really need to do that nowadays. So I didn't buy it. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens. I really would like Canon to come up with something revolutionary, mirrorless, with the EF lenses, with no attachments. And just, I know they have that in the M series that's not widely available in the US, but something that I can stick to Canon my lenses that is competitive and showing leadership instead of following. I'm not sure that's going to happen though. So what I got after this, as far as video, I mainly use this for video, but often photos too. It's the Sony A6300, and this has probably been my primary camera lately. It has been my primary camera lately for videos. It's very small, compact. It is mirrorless. I have been using the standard lens that came with it, the 16 to 50. I have a Metabones adapter, but I found that it doesn't focus as well with videos. If I'm in the video or doing something, it will focus, but it's not as accurate as the standard lens. It's unfortunate. Don't really want to buy a bunch of Sony or Carl Zeiss lenses yet. This is a good camera, but I was really disappointed that Sony, it was like 6 months after I bought this thing, they released a new version, the 6500. And I get it that generally that's how things go, right? There's often yearly product updates. Canon was normally every 3 years. I think they went longer to 4 or 5 years, maybe 4 years on the 5D4. But this was like 6 to 8 months when they changed this. And you know, had the 6500 been available when I bought this, I would have bought that one. Um, there was a few things that they fixed on that camera that aren't perfect on this. Um, this one still has heat issues. In the video I did on on this camera when I got it, I didn't have too many heat issues, but after longer term use, it is a problem. It's ridiculous. You know, if you're out in the sun shooting video, it will stop because it will overheat. Even happened the other day, and let's say the temperature was in the 40s, 50s indoors, and it overheated on me. I don't want to deal with that. So that's a disappointment. The quality on this thing is very good. I like the 4K quality. I played around with the default mode and the S-Log mode. The S-Log quality is amazing, but it takes some extra steps to process. What I found with photography on this, the photos do look good. They are more vibrant than the Canon. I feel like I have a wider, the dynamic range on the photos is wider. I can manipulate them without losing any quality further on this one than I can the Canon. I have found that the depth of field is going to look better on this full frame and the lenses that I have. The focusing, even though Sony hypes up their world's fastest focusing cameras and all their marketing lingo they use, the Canon 5D, and I'm sure the 4 focus is tremendously better than the Sony. Just because the Sony can focus fast doesn't mean it's accurate. It, I feel like I miss a lot of shots because of that. Um, the burst mode for the Sony is very good. It'll fire off a tremendous amount of shots. Um, but I've also found that the high volume of shots just means a tremendous amount of photos to go through and find the keeps and deletes, right? It's better to get the shot than miss it, but the time spent deleting the unnecessary ones and finding the perfect frame, it's a lot with this camera. I know you can shut it off, but I have a working theory that if the focusing is not so good, maybe do a burst shot and maybe one of them will be in the right focus. And I'm not sure that's accurate or not, but that was my theory. I'm ending up with way more frames than what I wanted, and it's a lot of work. Um, I do use this one a lot. I like it. I want Sony to do well. I want them to fix the heat issue. I want them to have some better lenses that are more affordable. I want them to have an LCD that is touchscreen, a real like phone-like Apple touchscreen style or Android, whatever you want to call it. And I want the LCD to be more like a vlog. I can flip it around and see what I'm doing. And that would be very helpful. And then the screen I mentioned in one of my other videos, I got it to it on a hike and it's in my backpack and it's scratched up. This thing scratches easy. And yes, I know I can get a screen protector, but I'll tell you that it's not the same quality as like a phone screen or even the Canon screen. They need to harden that glass. Okay, that's probably enough on that. Those are the two big cameras I use. As far as uh, the, the real camera that gets used a lot is just um, the iPhone, right? The camera that you have with you at all times is the one that often gets used the most. So the iPhone 7 Plus camera gets a lot of use. And it's great because you get the photos geotagged right away. And then from that, for more sport, water, driving, I have a lot of GoPros. So I have the 5, the 4, the 3, and the Session that's 1080p, the first Session that came out. I bought the Session I was basically bored and wanted to try it out, and it wasn't too much, so I bought it and I actually like it. I used it a lot last summer. It's just so small and simple to use. Just you push the button, you start it. I'm having a bit of I think it's an overheating or a card problem with this one lately. This last 3 months, 2017. But overall, it's been a great camera. The GoPro 5 is obviously the newest one. I've had it since it came out, and I got a screen protector on the back of this thing that the protector bubbled up and doesn't stick right, but it's on anyways. Pretty good camera. I would say there's a few videos out there around, is the quality so much better than the Hero 4? I would say no. I would say the Hero 4 picture quality is just about the same. A few videos said that it's better on the 4. Maybe. I think it's about the same. It's just this is more of an easy use. The fact that you don't have to have the plastic case on is good. But that's also people think, oh, I don't have to have the case on. That's great. But you still need a frame, right? You have your mounting frame. You got to hold it somehow for most of the things you're going to do. So you have to put something on it to hold it in place. But overall, it's very convenient not to have the extra case with the muffled sound. I like the looks of it. I found that it's a bit finicky to get the doors open to charge it, and then you put the card in here versus just the side thing, which I often have exposed on these. But I get it, if there's no need for a case, then you need to have those sealed. The GPS is cool in here. The video stabilization, I don't think it's that noticeable. There's some fun things you can do with overlays on video and GPS and acceleration and all those different things. It's kind of fun. Play with that a little bit, and I haven't played with it too much, but it's kind of neat. If you have the 4, unless you have a strong use case where you don't want that plastic case anymore, it's probably not worth getting the 5 just yet. What else can I tell you? I've been generally very happy with GoPros. Obviously, I have 4 of them. I found that when you buy them when they're launched, you can get them pretty quickly at Best Buy, but you certainly run a risk of initial errors, quality control issues on the first batch that comes out. I had to exchange the 4 when that happened. I think I may have 3 issues, but yeah, I'm generally very happy. I am interested in the Sony one that people talk about. It does look bigger. It looks kind of goofy looking relative to GoPros, but I'm a big person on video quality, and so far I'm not seeing a huge difference in video quality, but I'm watching that one. Some of the other cameras on here I don't actively use. Occasionally this Fuji X100, stylistically, is that a word? This one looks great. It's simple to use, a bit quirky. I also have this screen protector on the back of this. But man, the Fuji camera quality, the picture quality, even though this is a sensor size much smaller, the video only does, I think it's just 720p. The pictures look distinctive. The sensors they're highly exposed. The white balance is great. They look nice. This is the camera of basically everything on the table here. My wife loves this one the best as far as the picture quality. It's something about the portraits and the pictures. This one has its own distinct look. So I'm a big fan of it, and I don't know, I can't tell. It's nice. You just have to check them out. Here's an old Canon S90 I had. I thought I would just have a quick point and shoot, but in the age of cell phones, the picture quality on this thing it wasn't worth the hassle of carrying it around. And this is when cell phones started getting pretty powerful. I've had this one for a long time. And one of my very first digital cameras years ago, probably 15 to almost 20 years ago, is this Sony CyberShot 3.3 megapixels. And the only reason I put it up here is the pictures on this were great. I had some in France and in different areas of the world, and it's just really good quality. You can see how big it is. I would say that this one is probably 6 years older at least than the S90, and this one does better than this. So mix of different cameras. The ones that I enjoy using the most, certainly I'm kind of going to new stuff, the phone, the Sony, and the GoPros. You know, I have so much invested in the lenses with the Canon. Like I said, I really want them to do well, so come out with something new, something a bit more modern. So if you have any questions, want to see more about my gear, maybe accessories or other things, let me know. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.